are the New Year's resolutions going for you? We are halfway through the month, and this is where a lot of people start to drop off. Which leads me on to what I'm talking about today, which is motivation. What is your motivation? We all make New Year's resolutions, we've all done it in the past, and we'll continue to do that probably for every new year we experience in our lives. But what motivates you to make that resolution? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it the idea and the pride of completing a goal? Is it just being better than what you were at the same point last year? There are three main groups of motivation. The first is a lack of it, I suppose is the best way to say it. You don't see the point in taking part in something because you don't see the benefit that you'll gain from it. You think, it's not going to benefit me anyway, so why should I bother taking part? The second is being motivated by something at the end of it. So maybe by money, maybe by treating yourself to something, maybe by being treated by somebody else because of what you're doing. And the last is doing it just for the sheer love of doing it. And this is a really, really hard type of motivation to come across because there are so many factors that can play against you. Money is the big one. A lot of the time, people will prefer to do something for the money than for the pure enjoyment of doing something. And motivation plays a huge role in everything we do. So let's take a look at the New Year's resolution you may have made. Are you sticking to it? I think is the big question you need to look at. If not, why aren't you? What stopped you in 15 days sticking to the goal that you set yourself? Personally, what motivates me is beating myself. I like to beat myself, which personally, it's beating myself and also beating other people. So, to a degree, I am motivated by external factors. But I'm also internal as well. Can you see where I'm going with this? If not, stick with me for a couple of minutes and I promise you I will get there. Let me take the gym session I did today, for example. Now, my Olympic lifting is nowhere near the standard of some of my friends. Some of my friends compete at a stupidly high level and they are really, really good. But I'm not there to beat them, I'm there to beat myself. So if I look back at a year ago, maybe even a year and a half, my Olympic lifting was terrible. My form was shocking. I was hurting myself when I was doing it, and it just genuinely hurt like hell every time I did it. And I was doing myself some real damage. Now, my technique's pretty decent. It's still not great, but it's better than it was. I am more powerful than I was. I am stronger and faster, which is always good when you're Olympic lifting. And that translates into my rugby. Yesterday was one of the better performances I've done in the past year. I think one big thing that stops people from achieving their goals is they set their standards way too high. So what's the best way to make sure you're hitting your targets, hitting your goals, and ensuring you stay motivated the whole way through? I find the best thing to do is set your goal small. Yes, you have a long-term expectation. Let me say that right. But don't be bogged down with the long term. I think that's really key. Just start small. It's the little steps along the way that make you hit that target, that make you hit that all-time overall goal. whatever it may be, whether it's your nutrition, whether it's something to do with your job, whether it's something in your life that you're not particularly happy with, but you want to change, and there are ways to do it. Think about the small steps that you can put into place, and eventually you'll get to your goal. I think one thing people need to understand when it comes to making goals, when it comes to having something you really want, is that the key to success is just going to be handed to you, when that's not the case. You have to look for that key. You really have to go out and push yourself to get what you want. And the road to getting where you want to isn't smooth. It's not like a straight line. It's not a curve upwards. You are going to come across some really bad crap along the way. Stuff that's going to kick you to the floor and keep kicking you when you're down. But what you've got to make sure is that you're a bigger and better person coming out the other side. So when you've gotten better at whatever you want to be doing, and your progress is just skyrocketing, then put those long-term goals in place. I'll give you one of my examples right now. After uni, I have a whole array of plans and expectations of myself that I want to achieve. They're there. I want to run a business when I'm older. I want to be working with the elite athletes. I want to be working and helping people get better at what they do. I want to help people be healthy. I want to put a message out there. Just because you want to be healthy, you don't have to be boring. You don't have to stick to a set of guidelines and rules that if you break, that's it, you're done. No, because I've done that and I've experienced it's crap. But to be able to get to that point, to be able to have that influence, and to be able to really get my message across, there are lots of little steps along that road that I need to step on before I can get anywhere near it. Firstly, I need the qualifications. Personally, I wouldn't look at anybody, I wouldn't listen to anybody that doesn't have the qualification to back up the knowledge. Secondly, I need the experience. I can't just walk into an S&C job, for example, strength and conditioning, with the All Blacks, having had no experience whatsoever. Why? Because for all they know, I could be making it up and doing some damage to those players, to those athletes. Secondly, you need the contacts. You need to have a group of people in your phone book that you can ring up, that you can talk to, that you can discuss things with. If you haven't got that, quite frankly, I won't get anywhere in this business. And it won't allow me to set up my business in the future. So what am I going to do along the way? Firstly, I'm going to finish uni. I'm going to come out of uni with the best grade classification possible that I can get. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to do my best to make some contacts. I've got a few as it is. I've got a few in Birmingham, up in Leeds, slowly getting some around the UK. I need to travel, I need to experience different pieces of the industry around the world. Because whilst you're there, you're learning from the best. And I'm also going to get any other qualification necessary for me to go into the field of work that I want to go into. This won't take a back step, this will be part of that. So it's great to have a long-term goal, to have an aspiration. But to make sure you can reach those aspirations, to reach the heavy heights of where you want to be, you need to put the small steps in place. And you need to be seriously strict on what you do. You're going to have to make sacrifices, but if you want to be the best that you can be, you've got to do it. So whatever you do, whether this is with regards to your resolution, just don't stop. Do not stop. Just because someone might think it's stupid, if it's important to you, stick at it. And believe you me, you will get to where you want to be.
Alright guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for watching today. How did you find my little motivational speech? It's all true though. If you set the goals right, and you put the steps in place, you'll be fine. I am just watching the football. I might watch the end of it. I don't know. It's quite late. But I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's just down there, or it's going to be just up here. It's my face. I look really cool. Sweet dreams, guys. And oh, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video if it helps you out. See you tomorrow, 10 AM sharpish.